Okay, let's have a look at this one. We're given the equation governing the movement of the particle here. We're told the x is the distance up from the ground. So I've drawn a picture of the particle that goes up with an initial speed of 20 from the ground level. Time at any given time is the symbol t. Time is the t. G is the value 10. X is the distance in height that it travels away from the ground up here, and then it comes back down. So it reaches a maximum height here, doesn't it? This is the equation that governs it. Find the velocity. Well, x is the distance function, so velocity then is the rate of change of distance, which is dx by dt with respect to time. So dx dt then differentiate with respect to t. V as a constant is just 20, so let's put that value in 20 here because we're told the initial v equals 20. So differentiate this, t goes to 1, doesn't it? So we've got 20 lots of 1 is 20. Minus power rule, the 2 comes down to be with the half, 2 halves are 1, times t. G is 10, so we've got 20 minus 10t as the velocity. So you can see when t is 0, if you put it in here, the velocity would be 20, wouldn't it? Because you just get 20 minus 0. So what is the velocity? When is the velocity 0? So this equals 0 when 20 equals 10t, isn't it? Move the 10t over and then read from right to left 10. Move the 10 underneath, 20 over 10. From times to divide, t equals 2 seconds. I think that's the units they're using. So 2 seconds then. So it's thrown up, and when t equals 2, the velocity is 0. And the velocity is 0 here when it stops instantaneously at the top, in the top of the flight of the particle. So what is the maximum height? Well, let's just get the second derivative to confirm that is a maximum. So d2x by dt squared equals, differentiate this, constant goes to 0, t goes to 1, it's minus g, which is minus 10, which is negative. So max when t is 2, isn't it? Because it's always negative, so it's going to be negative when t is 2, and that gives a maximum. Here, the maximum height then, when t equals 2, the height is x, 20t minus half gt squared. 20t minus a half g times t squared, the time is 2. So we get 40 minus 5 times 4 is 20. So we get 20 meters. 5 times 4 is 20. 40 minus 20 is 20. Okay, good. So that was that part done. What is the when does it hit the ground? Well, when does x equal 0? Let's look at that then, because that's when it hits the ground, when the distance is 0 away from the ground. Either here it hits as in it's just there to start with, and it really does hit it when it comes back down, doesn't it? 20t minus half gt squared. 20t, wasn't it? Yeah, minus a half gt squared. Half g, half of 10 is 5. T squared, when does that equal 0? Take a t out as common. There's also a 5 common. We're left with 4 minus t. 20t minus 5t squared. That tells us that either 5t equals 0 or t minus 4 equals 0. And that gives t equals 4. Okay, so the answer then is t equals 4, because you start with it. So 0, t equals 4 seconds, presumably.